Kendra with 2S TV, and I'm back with another video. I wanted to do this video for a lot of women who are disenfranchised. And I'm going to say it for a lot of fat women. I'm a fat woman. All right? I'm a fat woman in every sense of the word fat, right? I'm 5'4" and I'm 220 pounds, right? That's it. That's what it is. And I thought about recent comments. I don't know what this airplane is doing, but he done been doing tricks and now he's standing still. I wish I could show y'all, but anyway. Anyway, back to what I was saying, kind of threw me off. I'm an overweight woman, right? And I thought to myself, a lot of times I've seen video about women disenfranchising fat women and saying why we don't deserve to be loved and why nobody should be with us. And I thought about it. As this fat woman, I had to think about it. As a fat woman, I will not settle for less. And I'm going to tell you why. I didn't settle for less young, and I ain't going to settle for less old. I ain't going to settle for less skinny, and I ain't going to settle for less fat. Let me explain why. Because my fat behind bring all the same things to the table that a skinny woman does. Let me explain. My ovaries work. I ovulate every month. I get my period every month. I'm able to reproduce and make children. I'm healthy according to my doctor's reports. All my stuff except for my anemia, right? I'm always anemic, but whatever. I'm gonna fix that with orange juice, right? I'm an attractive enough woman. I got a good head on my shoulder. I'm level-headed and like-minded, right? I'm kind. I'm generous, right? And if you have all these great personality, I'm funny, witty, right? And I'm able to communicate and talk to anybody about anything. Good conversationalist. Amazing at it. You name it, I can talk about it, whether I'm interested or not. Very good at that. I'm easy to please. I don't need the world to be happy. Just a decent person to be around. Right? Somebody that's level-headed and understanding and compassionate. Right? I'm a very nurturing person. You know what I mean? But I don't buy love. Okay? I got a great personality, and I've got a great mentality, right? I'm emotional, very much so. That comes with it, right? I can, in the same way, I'm a very happy-go-lucky person, and I can be very giddy, happy-go-lucky. If you cross me, that very same woman can be very nasty, okay? I will not deny that. The same way I love hard, and I love full. Right? So as a fat woman, we bring all the same qualities to the table as any skinny woman. Compromise. I'm great at compromising. That is submission. I'm a very submissive woman. I know how to very much compromise. I'm not the person to go along to get along, but I'm a person to understand that I don't always have to be right. Sometimes I, teeter-totter with that. I can't deny that. But I'm a decent enough woman. Attractive enough woman with my 220 pounds. It didn't change anything. I'm a woman who works. I'm a woman who knows how to provide. I'm a woman who knows how to nurture and knows how to cater. And that didn't change just because I'm 200 pounds and I'm 5'4". So understanding that if any man could tell you, or any woman who could sit back and say, if you are overweight, and they could sit back and tell you that you are not worthy for love and that you should settle, is insanity to me. Because you bring all the very same things skinny women bring. The only difference is she's skinny. And what is that bringing to the table? Because they was like, well, it's a liability. You could die early. A skinny woman could get hit by a bus. Like, you may not die. She could die of a heart attack all the same. She can have diabetes. I know a skinny woman who has diabetes. And not the diabetes that you're born with, hypoglycemic. She's hyperglycemic, right? Because the way she eats, yet she's skinny. So high blood pressure, preeclampsia can happen to overweight women the same as it can happen to skinny women. I've seen it. So they bring the same liability. There is no quality that got less because of my weight. I bring to the table the same conditions as a skinny woman. My vagina works the same. Okay, I ain't gonna get into details about my vagina, but the way that a vagina is supposed to properly work, mine does that. Okay, at 220 pounds, right? And so I'm saying this, that weight is not really an issue. Unless it's not an issue for anybody, it does not lessen the woman's quality, because with my weight, I'm able to do every single thing that if you're talking about bringing to the table, and a lot of men talk about bringing to the table, what a woman brings to the table, whatnot. Well, my weight never stopped me from being a decent woman to the table, right? You're talking about appearance. All those things fade, right? Beauty fades. It doesn't stay there forever, right? At all. Now, there's so many ways to lose weight nowadays. Ozempic, if you got $400 to waste every month on Ozempic, right? Yep, dieting, exercise, surgery, what the whoop the whoop. And people be like, well, if you're a good woman, why can't you lose the weight? Because I deal with stress. And just like certain people deal with stress their own way, some people, when they deal with stress, maybe a skinny woman, she don't eat. That's not healthy either. But is it better to not eat than it is to overeat? Yeah. But everybody got different stresses. That didn't make me less of a woman because I handle stress differently. You understand me? And if you can deal with a woman who drinks, some of y'all got wives who skinny who drink, who smoke weed to get rid of stress, who don't eat and smoke weed. Okay? You could be all right with a fat woman who has an eating disorder, who occasionally overeats. I think I'm all right. I bring every other good quality. A God-fearing woman, a prayer warrior. And you caught up on that weight loss can change overnight. I was 150 pounds 2 years ago. Literally 2 years ago. And so, what is weight? I bring all the same qualities to a relationship that a skinny woman brings. The only difference is whether or not your boys approve. That's the only thing. I'm here to tell women, do not mess with a man who can't love you in spite your faults. Because a man is to be a covering for a woman. He is not to criticize you and push you down. That's not the right man for you. I'm not saying that you don't need to lose weight. I'm saying that if a man only cares about that and he can't see past that enough to love you and like you, to know your personality. I had men, I went to Job Corps, and my best friend, she had a man who didn't like me at first. He didn't like me because whatever he assumed, he associated with my fatness. And when he got to know me, he was like, I thought you were going to be so completely different. He said, when I finally sat with you, you were a mad, cool woman. And I said, I know what you thought. You thought because I was fat, I was insecure enough to talk bad about you to your girlfriend. I said, why would I? It would serve me none. I don't even know you. And even if I knew you, why would I talk about you to her? He said, no, I just thought, I said, there's an assumption there that my self-esteem is so low that I would what? Sabotage her relationship with you? Why? What would it serve me? I ain't got no man. How would that make me happy? No, I said, that's not me. He was like, nah, he had to learn me and realize that, no, you a cool woman. So if you like me and you a decent woman, do not settle for less because you fat. You bring the same qualities that any skinny woman bring. If he can't see past that, he's not the right man for you. You bring all the same good qualities. There's nothing about you that's lacking. Your weight is not a defining factor of your virtue and who you are as a person. And if he cannot see that, then he don't deserve you no way. Let him go with a skinny woman that's going to treat him like... Let him go out with a skinny woman who looked the part on the outside but not the part on the inside. That's all right. You go ahead and be your big, bold, beautiful self. Ain't nobody going to tell you. I'm not here to promote fatness. I'm promoting self-love. Love yourself and know that you are worth it. Now lose your weight and do what you got to do, but do not settle. And I'm talking about even when it comes to age. If you're an older woman